Joined now by Alex Barth, the bartender, just back from Indianapolis in the Combine. How you doing, kid?
Good. How we doing, guys?
Speaking of people with short arms.
Yes.
What do your arms measure at?
I don't know. Definitely not a tackle, though. I can tell you that.
Okay.
I wasn't here last week for the tape measure.
What's your sleeve? Your shirt sleeve?
I don't even remember
Oh,
off
my
the top of my
God,
head. I
please.
should probably know that, right?
Jesus,
You
forget it.
also don't have the height as we
I know.
can
I got
see
the
now.
short chair again.
Yeah, right. It's the chair.
I had this. I was on with Zolak and Bertrand today, and I had the short chair next to Zoe.
Yeah.
That was not a good image for me.
Okay, Barthy, heading into the Combine, because we spoke to you.
Yep.
I felt you were kind of high on Will Campbell.
I was.
I thought you felt arm length be damned. He's got the arms and the length and the measurables to play tackle at an elite level in the NFL. That should be the guy, and that's going to be the guy, and he's going to measure up, and that's it. Do you still feel that way today after the measurables came in?
Definitely not with the same conviction. No, I didn't think he was going to come in that short. I was ready for that. 32 7/8. Okay, it's an eighth of an inch. I don't care. Let's rally it. Let's do it. He's good enough to overcome that. And then I don't know if you guys talked at all or saw the wingspan measurement. Okay, I thought so. We're like,
been
what
a
is
big
it?
topic.
The shortest since 2011, right? If I remember that number correctly.
The one I have is Campbell plays offensive tackle in the NFL. That wingspan would be the shortest recorded for an offensive tackle at the Combine since at least 99.
Oh,
okay,
I saw since 2011, at least 2011 earlier.
Okay.
So somebody went back further.
So again, that would be the shortest recorded for an offensive tackle. But they're not saying
left tackle. They're saying any tackle.
any tackle.
Right,
They're
yeah.
also not saying whether he was even drafted or not.
Correct.
Not saying whether he was good, whether he was bad, whether he played left, whether he played right. What they're saying is they haven't had someone with that short of a wingspan walk through the Combine at all in 26 years, Barth. The Pats cannot draft that player.
And that caught me out of nowhere. If you're going to draft that guy as a tackle, you have to come with so much conviction that you believe not only is he talented, he is so talented that he is going to be an anomaly, that he is, unicorn, alien, whatever you want to call that kind of player. It can't just be, we think this guy's really good. He has to have a level of talent that you basically haven't seen before in order to justify that pick at tackle. Now, there's also the conversation, do you draft him at 4 at guard? That is obviously a
short conversation.
Right. I would not. I would not draft him outright as a guard. At 4, I don't think this team could be picking guards that high, especially in this draft where I think they can get some good guards later on because they do need a starting left guard. They have bigger needs where they can't be addressing that at 4.
So what would you do?
So can I ask a different way if you don't mind?
Yeah, sure.
If you still want to draft a tackle, and if you could avoid giving me 4,000 names that I've never heard of, but do your best here.
Okay.
Who are the next guys on the board, and when should they be going?
At left tackle, I'm going to give you 2 names. Does that work?
Go on.
If they're going to draft a left tackle, the next guy on the board, to me, is Kelvin Banks. And he has his own questions about size, but I think he's a tackle.
He's the one with the 84-inch wingspan that I talked
he's got the wingspan.
6'4", but longer arms.
But long,
Correct.
yeah. He's going to go probably like 8 to 12. Definitely within range for them to trade down. Now, let's say they sign Ronnie Stanley in free agency. Left tackle is checked. I know if, I see you give me that look, but if Armand Membu from Missouri is the best right tackle in this draft, he may now be the best overall tackle in this draft. You really want to put this line together? You sign Ronnie Stanley, you draft Armand Membu, now you have 2 legit tackles.
Where do we draft Membu?
You could talk about it at 4. Maybe a small move down, but I've seen some people say today after his combine workout that he could be a top 10 pick. If you're moving down for him, it's not by a lot.
And where is he playing?
Right tackle.
Right tackle.
No. But what school?
Oh, Missouri.
Okay.
Was he a hot name before the Combine? Why I feel like this is the first time I'm hearing about
Because he plays right tackle. Because we've been talking so exclusively about left tackles, and that's kind of why he isn't projected as high as some of these other guys. He's a career right tackle. It's the only spot he's played. So if the Patriots are going to draft him, we just did the whole move the right tackle to left tackle thing. I don't think anybody has the stomach for that again. But if you're drafting him as a right tackle, 4 is the ceiling. Like, they'd really have to like him. But if they were to move down to, where the quarterback teams are 6, 7, 9, I put a mock draft up this morning on 98.5thesportshub.com. I had him at 13, and I honestly felt like that was kind of low. I probably should have had him higher, but it was just the way I wanted to do things.
I could totally see them picking him and try to play him at left tackle.
I mean, that was a disaster last year with
Yes,
Caden
it
Wallace.
was.
Alex, if Travis Hunter's on the board at 4, do they have to take him?
They have to unless there's a blowaway offer for a trade, they have to take him. They can't take another player at 4. If they
can't take Mason Graham over Travis Hunter.
Mason Graham's undersized too. Similar, maybe not to the same extent, but similar concerns with Mason Graham that you have with Will Campbell. If somebody's going to give you a future first, I would rather future first and he moved down in the teens or whatever over Travis Hunter. But if it's Travis Hunter or another player, I'm taking Travis Hunter and I'm taking him as a receiver.
This draft sucks.
The draft sucks?
Yeah.
This is going to be a luau. They're going to get porked. Seriously, they are going to get porked.
You play Travis Hunter exclusively at receiver?
Primarily. You want to mix him in a little in the secondary. I think there are different ways you can do that. I've heard 2-minute drill corner. Maybe he plays some safety. You just take advantage of his instincts where it's not as much about the down and down at practice. But
I'm with Mazz is giving you a look. Me too.
2-minute
corner?
I thought
I heard
corner was
somebody
his
throw
thing.
that out.
Who? Hags?
People at the combine really seem to think like the ceiling for him is at receiver because he's never primarily focused on it. So if you allow him to actually focus on wide receiver and like truly drill day in and day out and getting better there, he may actually end up being better there than at corner.
I don't want Hunter.
Why?
Because they're soft in the middle. You're telling me in the whole draft, there isn't one guy that they could take ahead of Travis Hunter that could fortify their lines in the whole draft at number 4? No, there's got to be.
Okay, but they don't deserve to be drafted at 4. Hunter might.
Okay, but Mason Graham could be going that high, and I'm not. Just feed him. Feed him.
Yeah, I want fats,
Seriously,
fats
just
on the
shove
line.
French fries down his throat for a month, and he'll put the 20 on. French fries and ice cream. I can help him out.
Where do we stand with the quarterbacks? Because this is the key component here.
Yeah, so if I had to guess, I would guess it's just one in the top 4. I feel like it's more of a possibility now than I did going into the combine. Like I thought going into the combine, no shot. Now I'm like, okay, I can see how it would happen. But if I had to bet on it today, one quarterback in the top 3.
Okay, give me and who to who and who's not. Break that down for me further.
I think it's Cam Ward. As to which team, that's going to depend on free agency, right? I think the Browns and the Giants would both take him, but who gets
Mazz?
Cleveland. They're stupid. They'll do it.
And you know what? I lean Cleveland too because last time they tried to address that position with a veteran addition, didn't go great. Really didn't go great. So I think they'd be inclined to go to the draft or like do the Jets trade up, right? Or the Raiders trade up. It could be any handful of teams, but I think it's Cam Ward in the top 3. It just the buzz wasn't there for Shadur Sanders this week. Maybe that builds late. Maybe it builds at his pro day. That's why I'm not ruling it out, but there didn't seem to be any real conviction like, yes, this guy's a top 3 pick. It was like, it could happen. Could happen. It could not happen, right? Nobody's really aggressive with it.
Al, you have anything?
What's the name of this Armand Joy again? I want to look him up.
Armand Membou. Membou.
Membou. It's the first time I'm hearing this.
I know.
How tall
so
is he?
annoying.
He's a big guy. I don't remember his exact measurements off the top of my head, but he's a big guy.
6'3"?
don't
You
think
want him to
that's
be a
right.
left tackle?
No, right.
chance.
He's a right tackle.
Says 6'3", Barth.
He's a right.
322.
Right tackle.
Yeah, but they want to make him a left tackle. These a-holes.
They got him going.
At that point, I wouldn't
No.
take him. I would take him as a right tackle to play right tackle.
He's not big enough.
He's listed as 6'4.5" according to this site, and got him going to Seattle.
Okay, well, let's do this another time, shall we? Alex, who took the biggest hit at the combine this week?
I mean, it's Campbell. I don't know how it could be anybody else. It just, I mean, that was all the main event going in, right?
event,
And that was as far as main events go, not exactly what you're looking for.
Okay, who helped?
The Pats guy took the biggest.
Of course.
took the biggest dip. That's perfect.
Who helped himself the most?
Shamar Stewart, pass rusher from Texas A&M. He had a great workout. There was a ton of buzz before that like this is the guy nobody's talking about that they should be talking about. It was like a fringe first-round pick going in. Now I wonder if he works his way into the top 20.
Okay, what else you got for us? Any nuggets?
They're going to trade for anyone? Why all this? They're talking they're going to be aggressive at wide receiver now that.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I'm trying to figure that out. I do think they want to go to the veteran not like exclusively, but I do think they want to add a veteran wide receiver. I don't think they want it to be exclusively through the draft, but who's available? I do think would help them. The wide receiver class as a whole, I think, had a good week. I think people came away thinking higher of that group collectively than they did going in. So before it was, we're not going to be able to get a veteran wideout because there's nobody, if you trade a wideout, you're not going to be able to replace him. There's nobody available. Now I wonder if these teams take a longer look at the draft, maybe see some guys they like, and now some players that we didn't think were available before, suddenly teams are more open to trading them.
Okay, Barthy. What do you do now? What do you do now?
Well, now I kind of
Mock draft 6.0.
2.0 and up this morning, so 3.0 will be Wednesday. No, now I get ready. I gotta have to shift back because free agency starts next week. So now I got to get all caught up on the free agency stuff. So that will be this week and next week, and then I'm filling in on here next Friday. Probably get done with that show, and then it's right back into the draft.
Pro days.
Little pause for free agency. Pro days, I don't think those start until after free agency. We got a couple weeks to go until that. So
Listen to the sheer energy and
I know,
joy
he's just so-
in his voice.
so happy.
Listen to how excited he is about this. Seriously, you ran around naked in your hotel room in Indianapolis, didn't you? Seriously, you had like all the mock drafts up, no pants on, jumping up and down on the bed.
Who's the free agent receiver target? How do you feel about Devontae Adams?
I would take him. I'm not like
You don't love
excited,
it? Why?
but I think I
Why?
like it. Don't love it.
How come?
He's 32 years old. Receivers after 30 are. You never know what you're getting with those guys. They can fall off like that. You look at the numbers historically. Same for Cooper Kupp.
But he had a big year last year. Again, I was disabused of this notion when I looked at his stats last year. Adams, he had over 1,000
he
yards
did,
and 8 touchdowns.
which is why I'm not saying no. But these guys in 1 year it can go like that
Fine.
at the wide receiver position.
Fine, give me a guy.
Yeah, it's not like a major addition. I think Christian Kirk, if they're going to add a veteran receiver, just somebody who can play in the slot. They need if they can get a volume guy who can be like a safety blanket, and then you go get the big play hitter next year. Like that makes sense to me based on what's
Christian
available.
Kirk.
So if you can just Christian Kirk or one of these guys that's like 120 target a year guy, just to get that role set next year, which projects to be a better wide receiver year, you go get your home run hitter. That might be their best
How many
path
years
of action
are we
at
going
this
to
point.
say next year we get the home run? Next year we'll get next year we're going to get the
You know
home
how many yards Christian Kirk had this year? How many catches with
Well,
Jacksonville?
that Jaguars offense was a mess.
27.
27 catches?
27 catches.
How many games did he play?
That's your guy?
He
Barth?
played half the season.
If he's available, you asked me for a name. I'm giving you who's
Wow.
available.
Well,
There we go. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's not. This is the whole point. There's nobody available.
I don't want to go looking to pick up women in bars with you. She's available.
We've discussed this with Barth. How's the love life going? Anything? Oh, you got a little something.
It's going.
You
It's
got a little
going.
something. All that draft shine. Is it? You
Yeah.
got a little draft juice going now, huh?
Did you meet Indy Cindy out there?
No.
Yeah, Barthy's getting a little something. You can see it right there.
Good for him.
All that combine work is really paying off.
You're getting
Yeah,
more
there
than
you
the
go.
Patriots are going to get. I'll tell
All right,
you.
thanks.
You do know why, right? With Alex Barth, why he's getting it?
No,
He's a stud.
there it is. Thanks for coming by, Barthy.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Okay.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.